Hi, it's Zoe with Paranormal Extraction, and we are the new supernatural light workers. And it's Sunday, and the day we dedicate to our spirituality and meditation, which is essential for us being supernatural light workers to go on to the week and help other people. It's a way of balancing ourselves and protecting ourselves and clearing everything out so we can be great when we go out during the week. And like I said, our main objective is to help others. I wanted to just kind of tell you a little bit about myself today and why I do what I do. I was actually a fitness consultant, a trainer, workshop leader. I did television, I did press, and I have 2 books out, and media as well, and I did that for 35 years, and I worked with the 49ers. However, my philosophy was based on spirituality and metaphysics, and my belief was, and still is, because that's how I do my workouts, a theory called mind muscle, which is balancing the mind and the body and the spirit, and how to combine all those into one to achieve the success that you need. Remember, I only do one take. That's what we're about, and no editing, so you'll have to bear with me. When I was doing that, I became a doctor of metaphysics, and I was also a CEC provider and a member, and also I was a person of somewhat importance in the physical fitness field. I am no longer doing that. Sometimes I will do a workshop, but what I wanted to explain to you is then I went into doing, I had my own shop, which was a metaphysical shop, and did that whole side of it. I wanted to explain a little bit about me so you understand why I do supernatural work right now and my experience with it. Well, my first experience was when I was about 10 years old, and I was left in a hospital hallway. I had I did a big thing and went into the splits, and I tore my sacroiliac muscle out. So anyways, that's why I went to the hospital, and the hospital was full. So they put me in the hallway, and they forgot about me. I'm not kidding. And I don't have a very good relationship with my mother, and I like to be honest with everybody. She was nowhere around, and I was left there for at least 24 hours and trying to get someone to help me. When I was at that hospital, I had a walk-in come in and started living off of me for quite a few years after I was there. What is a walk-in? Well, it's a spirit that chose to come in and take over part of my being, okay, because I was in a very vulnerable state, and that's why I'm so adamant about spirituality. And that walk-in led me into many things that I should not have been doing, as far as in the field of black magic and things like that at a very, very young age. And I started drinking and smoking, and it was pretty bad. I even went to a swing when I was about that age as well, and I was swinging, and I wanted to die. I mean, what kind of child thinks of that? Well, when you have walk-ins, or you have these other beings that are living off of you because your aura has holes in them, because you don't do any spiritual protection or any spiritual work, they will come in and they will take over. The other experiences that I've had, okay, which also can lead to very detrimental things in your life. You might not even notice that they're there at first, but eventually you will. okay? So our motto is you play, you pay. I've also had experience, and I have been completely possessed. I went through IOP, which is infestation, oppression, and full-on possession. I have gone through each one of those stages several times in my life. If you don't know who Ed and Lorraine Warren are, they're really big into that, and I'm really big into that because it's happened to me. So I have actually gone into full-on possession on several occasions, like I just did. I have gone into I or O, infestation or oppression, and other times, and know how to work with that, and that is because of the bottom line. I was not spiritually protected, or I got so excited about something I was doing with the paranormal or supernatural that I forgot to do my protocol to protect myself and my items and everything that I was doing at that time. Obviously, I'm not I'm not possessed anymore, or maybe I am, but I'm not in possession anymore. But I've had several experiences with that, which is not good. I mean, when these entities, beings, whatever you want to call, of the dark side come in, they can actually cause a lot of havoc. My experience, the worst one, was me being thrown onto the floor into the Christ position after, and this happened after I walked into my house, and my ceiling was fully covered in black flies. Yes, I'm not kidding. And I was thrown onto the floor in the Christ position. Okay, I could not move, and I woke up the next morning. I don't remember anything that happened, and I went into the bathroom, and my ex-husband actually died of cancer and had several bottles of morphine. I guess they were in the cupboards or something, and I actually found those in the sink, and they were all empty, and I'm like, what are these doing in here? I drank 3 vials of morphine, okay? I don't remember it. I don't know anything about it, okay? But I woke up. By the grace of God, I woke up. And then after that, I went in and did the procedure, knowing that I had done many things wrong within my environment. Like I had some portals open, and I haven't been doing my spiritual work in protecting myself. So that was one of the worst things that have happened to me. Also, addiction. If you guys out there think, and I don't really mean to demean the paranormal community, but we say you play, you pay, and a lot of people out there get really mad at what we say, because I'm pretty bottom line, okay? I say it like it is, but I'm trying to be a little bit nicer. But when you go out there and you don't know about your spirituality or your meditation or your chakras or wherever you believe in, or whatever kind of modality that you do, because sage is not how you do it, okay? You have to have a tremendous amount of knowledge, and that's why we have Vic is, my partner on the team, and his whole life he grew up on a reservation and has an amazing amount of knowledge, including we do sweat lodges and all that. So what I'm trying to tell you is that you may not think that these things are going to come and get you, okay? But they will eventually, okay? Could be little things. All of a sudden you may gain weight. You could start drinking more, using prescription drugs. And this happens, and these spirits come from the earthly realm, okay? It's right around the outside of the earthly realm. Generally, these spirits and these ghosts that you see or that are seen, okay, are the ones that are hanging out there, okay? And they're hanging out for a lot of different reasons, okay? One of them is because they may have committed suicide. The second one could be that they are afraid that their sins and their beliefs that they're going to go to hell. So they just kind of hover around the earth. It could be an alcoholic who died. It could be a family loved one that doesn't want to leave its environment and just keeps creating a Groundhog Day. Now, not all of these spirits are bad, okay? I'm not saying that. Some of them are actually very kind and very nice. But there are the ones, okay, let's just take drug users or something along that genre, okay? They'll actually, you have holes in your aura if you do not do your spiritual work. They can get into this portion of your body, and actually they feed off of you, okay? This is a feeding frenzy that they do. So you may drink one or two, and then all of a sudden you'll find out that you are drinking a lot and you're having a lot of problems with that, okay? That could be one example. Okay, the groundhog situation is actually a nice spirit, okay? That's a nice one. They just make themselves known, and a lot of people get really scared of those, but actually they don't need to be. I always tell people when we go in on a job or something, I'm like, look, you just say hello. They just want to be acknowledged. I mean, that's happened to me on several occasions, and I actually respect them and I love them. So not everything has to be bad. So now I'm a supernatural light worker. I went from, as I just said, fitness, mind, body, spiritual fitness with my philosophy, mind, muscle, into owning my own metaphysical shop. Then now I am into doing supernatural light work. Why? Well, I was watching a show on TV, and I had just started getting into this, and we were getting ready to go on the Travel Channel about, hi baby, love you, see you later. I was getting ready to go on the Travel Channel to do a little episode for them, and when I was watching a particular person on there, and I'm going to be nice today, and I really enjoyed watching his show on there, and one day I turned on the TV, and I saw what he was doing, and basically they were invoking a spirit to possess one of the members on the team, and they were even using a certain device to get this entity to possess him. At that moment in time, it pretty much changed my whole perspective on the paranormal, and I'm just telling you because I'm really into the spiritual side of things, and I also know about black magic and what that can do, and you guys know about Ouija boards. I mean, you talk about that all the time. And I thought, okay, this is the number one show, okay, and it's teaching people to do this that don't know the serious negative repercussions that something like this could have, which we deal with, Vic and I deal with all the time, as well as children who are now so scared, and they even have a syndrome now out for these kids that are scared to death, paranormal, playing around with it, inviting things in. That's why we decided not to call ourselves paranormal investigators, but to talk about being supernatural light workers, and that is to really help people and to help educate. What is my experience with the paranormal? Well, I did an episode with the Travel Channel, but that also took me into deciding to do what I do. It was the most fabulous experience I ever had, and the worst experience I ever had. So I was talking about why supernatural light workers. Well, it's because of everything that's being taught out there, and our mission is to help. And people are scared, okay? They don't want to be filmed. They don't want people coming over there and knowing where they live anymore, and it's creating this strange, we're getting a bad name, okay, out there, and I don't mean everybody's like this. I don't want to be like an asshole and say that everybody's like this, because I know all you guys aren't like this. So basically, that's what we're here to do, is to bring the light into the situations, and not just prove there's a ghost, but figure out, like when we were in Tahoe and Truckee, when we went up to the haunted, there was a haunted, you saw that, the haunted, there's someone walking by, sorry, office. Okay, we found out up there, it really wasn't the haunted office. It was on a vortex, and there's ley lines there, and the Donner Party's big event that happened was on that same path, only 1.5 miles down the road. I'm sorry, we can't show you the outcome of that. I just want to tell you guys a little bit about us, and that's what I'm doing right now. Okay, and I know it's starting to get loud. And I'm also a certified paranormal investigator, as well as many other of those types of things, which I think is it's absolutely essential that you know who to get certified from and know exactly what you're doing when you're out there. It's about education and knowledge. My recommendation is the Warren Institute. Okay, I can actually, if anyone's interested after this, they can just, message me and I can give them the information, where you're not going to get ripped off. Okay, because the paranormal has grown so big that I wouldn't be surprised sometime in the stores if you don't see life-size versions of Zach and his crew selling whatever. So that's about it. I know I'm going on and on and on about it. There was one last thing I wanted to tell you, but I don't really remember what I was going to talk about. So I guess that's going to be it for the week. And if anyone has any questions, feel free to email me, paranormalextraction@gmail.com. We're also on Facebook, Paranormal Extraction. We're on Twitter, and we have a new YouTube channel. And remember, our whole thing, and we don't go during the night. Okay, we don't investigate during the night. There's no need for that. Well, why? Because we're not interested in capturing any ghosts or proving anything, because it does exist. All right, so maybe someone got something out of this. I'm not really sure, but I'm really hoping so. And I just want to tell everyone out there that I really appreciate your support, because this is definitely extremely different than what's being portrayed on TV or anywhere. But there are people like us that are out there and do exist, and I want to acknowledge them thank you for being out there. And also, heads up to all the paranormal people. Right on. And really mellow. Don't forget, this was meditation and giving back days. So really, you guys, practice and try practicing what you preach. And don't play with something you don't know about. Over and out.